Hello, I'm Julian from Bishop Sullivan, the letting specialist in Brighton Hove, and this week we're looking at landlord obligations for a new tenancy. Now this is Bishop Sullivan's checklist for a property coming onto the market through to closing the file down after the tenant has moved in. And you can see it's definitely not just clicking a few buttons, which we often hear. Now this is the renewal checklist, and this is the end of tenancy checklist. But why do we go to such lengths? Well, quite simply, we do not want to put any of our clients at risk. Now, the RLA recently advised there are now 156 separate pieces of legislation for a landlord or a letting agent to follow. So what are the minimum legal requirements for a landlord to set up a tenancy? Now, if you're renting to 3 unmarried tenants, for example, student or professional sharers, you'll need an HMO license from your local authority. Smaller dwellings may also require a license depending on where it is. So always check with your local authority before renting out, as legislation is ever changing. Now, if your property is fully furnished with portable appliances like a toaster or a kettle, you'll need to get them all pat tested by an electrician. You must also be able to prove all furniture was purchased in the UK after 1996 to comply with fire safety regulations. It's perhaps a good reason to go unfurnished. If you are lucky enough to live abroad for 6 months of the year or more, the HMRC will want an NRLI form from you. Best to leave 4 to 6 weeks for that process. Now, of course, you will need a tenancy agreement, but don't be tempted to use WH Smith's 4-page tenancy agreement. There's a reason why ours is 18 pages long. Now, tenants will need to sign prescribed information once you've received the deposit. You will then need to register the deposit with one of the 3 schemes, and you must provide tenants with a copy of the certificate within 30 days of receipt. Now, failure to do this could affect your ability to regain possession. Very important. Your property needs a minimum EPC rating of E. And if you have gas at the property, you'll need a Corgi registered gas safety certificate annually. It's also recommended that you have an electrician provide an EICR report every 5 years. It's not a legal requirement, but electricity can kill just like gas. Safety first. And don't forget to carry out the right to rent check on all tenants. It's extremely important to avoid hefty fines or even a 5-year prison sentence. It's recommended also you comply with anti-money laundering regulations and obtain a proof of address on all tenants as well. And finally, serve tenants a copy of the gas safety, EPC report and how to rent guide before move-in day. Failure to do this again can affect your ability to regain possession. If you have the tenant's permission, you can send it by email, which is recorded. Now, if you have any queries about this video or any of the other 145 pieces of legislation, feel free to contact me below. And don't forget to subscribe down here on YouTube to get every video for free. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Julian from Bishop Sullivan.